welcome back to another episode, a very late episode of Carl's Scale Model Showcase. And I just want to say it's been a very busy year. I haven't put up a video since November of 22, and I spent the entire winter working on a wind farm, on a windmill project in central Alberta, and it's just been a whirlwind of crane work. And seeing as we haven't even been in the new house for a year yet, we've been getting a lot of stuff done in the house as well. So unfortunately, the model building has suffered and taken a back seat. I just want to say that the channel is important to me. I would like to continue to grow it. And on that note, I thank everybody who has remained a subscriber. And I look forward to getting new subscribers. And I do have solid plans to upload more videos and get more work done and get more projects completed on the modeling side. One thing, excuse me. On that note, just thank you very much for staying subscribed and everybody for tuning in and seeing what this channel has to offer for exploring a person's creative side and what you can do to be creative as well. So on that note, though, with the new house and all, I went from a garage that was 18 feet by 20 feet to one that is 30 feet by 28 feet with a 9-foot ceiling. So needless to say, anybody that's been subscribed to the channel for a while or has watched some previous videos of mine, they will know that I'm definitely a real car guy, building muscle cars, hot rods, tinkering with a truck now. I shouldn't say tinkering, completely rebuilding a truck from the frame up. So that has consumed a lot of my time because I'll be quite excited to get that thing built and back on the road. I'm going to show a little bit of that project in a few minutes here. The truck in front of us, as many of you have probably seen before, is the going on 8-year build of this 1/16 scale monogram Kenworth W900 that is heavily modified, was just modified some more over the last little bit here. We do have some decals if you're in Canada, decals if you're in the United States, our good friends to the south here. Anyways, that there, now let's see if I can. So Canadian Frackmaster Red Deer. This is a company that I worked for in the late 90s, oil field service company, and I was very fond of my job there. As anybody knows who's been watching the channel for a while or listening to me babble on, trucking's my passion. I am a crane operator by trade. That's just what I do to make money, but trucking is my passion, hence all the truck models on this channel. So anyways, this particular rig right here, been working on for a long time. I did a whole bunch of modifications to it. I'm just going to move the camera here. Recently, like just within the last week, modified the headache rack again. If you look in some of the previous videos, I had big long fenders coming off there, and you can see I chopped it there. and I shortened it up a little bit. I am going to add some fenders that go over the first axle, and yeah, that'll be the extent of that headache rack. Now, the detail you can see inside there with the air tanks and all the airlines and stuff. I'll just pull that fifth wheel plate off. I don't normally build them this way. And you know, if I had nothing but time, I would have had this truck completed a long time ago. It's not that I don't like detailing them out. I mean, it is obviously, it takes a lot of time, but if I would have stayed the course on this thing like I did with the other models I've posted on the channel, I would have had it done a lot sooner, because what happens now, excuse me, is that I kind of forget where I'm at with it and lose. I didn't even realize that I'd shortened the frame until I put the drive shaft in from the midpoint steady bearing there to the first diff there. I went to go install it, and I'm just like, wow, this thing's about, you know, an inch too long. So it needed modification. So anyways, with that being said, it's just, I've been on it, I've been off of it, I've been on it, I've been off of it, and it's just taken its time. So eventually we'll get it finished. I mean, I got plans for a whole bunch of lights back here, all the chain hangers and stuff. I'm almost certain that this yellow, this is, you can't buy this anymore, which is a real shame. Look at the can. Anybody who's familiar with spray paint there, we used to get this stuff for $5 a can up in Canada here. I was recently down in the States on a trip with my wife, and I tried to find some Krylon down there, and it's, you know, they have the Krylon Fusion and stuff, which is very different now. But I'm sure that it was this sun yellow that I used to paint this truck originally. And when I went to go paint the some of the parts for the winch here, you know, and that's with a white primer background, it's just the color is different. So it's been so long, maybe I don't even know what can of paint that actually was, but I'm glad the majority of it's done. These are scratch built kind of stands for the winch. We've got the winch kind of sort of ready there. It's going to, let's see if I can just do this on camera real quick. This fits into the headache rack. I measured everything and whatnot. So it's just like, you know, supposed to be like a 30-ton Braden winch type of thing. It'll sit in the headache rack, and it'll somewhat look the part of a winch tractor. At this point, I'm not really too, you know, it'll be going on probably close to a decade that I've been messing with this thing. I just want to get it done now. Can you see right down in here basically the pitman arm coming off the steering box? That I had no clue what I had planned on doing there. There was an actual piece coming off the steering box that was short, and obviously I had to deal with that and modify it. So anyway, it actually works. I mean, anybody that knows this model knows that Monogram did not offer a steering axle up front. So like I said, it's just too much at once. And actually, maybe that's the wrong word. Maybe it's too much over too long of a period of time, because I was trying to stay on it. But you know, in the last video I showed of this truck, we got basically the yellow and white paint with no Frac Master signage on there, and no red pinstripe. But this is actually what the tractor looked like. The one that I drove, it was a 74. It had a 425 cat, not the 3408 there. And it had this just really slick 9-speed transmission, no overdrive or anything. Well, I believe 9th gear was probably an overdrive in itself, but no fancy overdrive with the button on the side and these new, you know, Road Ranger, Fuller, whatever, 18-speed. This was just an old school 9-speed with a plunger on the side, and however that thing was geared, in the diffs and the power that 425 Cat made, it was just one of the best trucks, one of the fondest memories I have of driving a truck. And this is very close to what the truck looked like. So anyways, on that note, let's just do a quick little run around here. Okay, so the promised Kenworths, the mixer and the dumper, which is going to be a John Fuel company themed package here, still coming along. I'm going to take one of those mixers, turn it into a straight tractor, and then I decided to put the low bed in the Cat. This will get done. Once, you know, I can bang that out pretty quick actually, and still turn out all nice and stuff like that. It's just there's not a lot of modifications on it. Yeah, I'm making a dump truck. That's not really a big deal. I'm gonna have 2 mixer bodies for sale. One for the dump truck, one for the tractor. The tractor is going to be a breeze. Just eliminate everything else, put a 5th wheel on there, just like, say, the Watkins Kenworth. Excuse me, they're all the same minus the heavy float tires up front for the steering axles. But anyways, so that project is coming along. We did do some better pictures of this Super Bee here. I'm gonna put one of those in right here, a couple of those in right here, just to kind of check out what it looks like with a more photographic background there. So that's what the Super Bee looks like. Kind of cool. I'm gonna do some more photography like that. My buddy Serge always said, "Oh, you gotta have these backgrounds and stuff like that." So, anyways, this is kind of my plan now. I'm really not buying any more models. I mean, yes, I did buy the International Paystar 5000, which I used that dump body actually for one of the Kenworths coming up. Yeah, okay, I bought it. Sure, it was re-released. It's a very cool kit. It's still factory sealed. It's just going to sit there. I don't know. This California hauler, I'll probably never build it. I think it's a cool model, but there's a lot better Peterbilt kits out there to build. So I just had to have it. But look at the price on that. This is from the local hobby store. Let's see if I can hold this. There you go. $99.99. $100. I'm 55 years old. It's $100 for an AMT model kit. These model kits I had as a kid, for $10. It's crazy. I mean, I just, you know, I don't even know what to say, but look at this here. So Italeri, as however round 2 or whatever got the rights to reproduce these tractors. So there's the Western Star, which I built one of those with float tires and a day cab conversion. I've always liked the look of this 377 AE. I might even build that one close to box stock, maybe even in that same blue color. But it's kind of a cool Peterbilt for an updated truck. But look at the prices on those ones. $150. Like when I bought them, I was standing at the checkout and I was just like, "Are you serious, man? Like I'm actually gonna make this purchase for $300 for 2 model kits." It's crazy. And then I sold off pretty much everything I don't want to build. Everything you're looking at here, I do plan on building. And you're probably saying like, "Oh wow, like you haven't put out a video in like 8 months. How are you ever going to get any of this done?" I will get it done once I get my system going for work and stuff. You know, if I can sit down, relax, and concentrate, I can get a lot done. So, anyways, we're gonna definitely give that a shot. Here's what's really been one of the stalls on the model buildings. This is just mocked up. These are big block Chevy valve covers leaned up against the Performer RPM air gap intake. There's a Holley 750 under that air cleaner, and then of course that 14-inch air cleaner there. So this is what the top end of my pickup's going to look like. You know, I don't fool around when it comes to the real stuff. I mean, this is a complete frame off nut and bolt restoration, and I'm going to actually show you some footage of that real quick right here. Here's what's going on in the shop here. This is my pickup truck project. Started life as a 76 GMC Sierra K25, just a base Sierra. And yeah, it's definitely not going to be just a base Sierra when I'm done with it. As you can see here, some of the detail. This is just like one big model kit. And I was talking about how expensive some of them model kits are. Well, this is really no different. This is a complete frame off nut and bolt restoration here, and it's taking its time. It's consuming my time because I'm quite happy to have this large shop. Which another project is getting fully, the shop's getting fully insulated and heated because we get pretty cold up here in Canada during the winter. But, you know, I've got a lot of gear here that's getting ready to roll for this truck. And, you know, here's my, I got some rust-free fenders here. I got a one-piece floor pan for the cab floor in the back. Which was a real bonus to get that. I've got one factory box side right there. It's got a couple of dents in it, but there's no rust on it. There's my rust-free doors. It's got some surface rust there, but rust-free is in the bottoms and the corners, and everything are really tight on that thing. I just finished the front diff. Here's the rear 12 bolt. That's going to be all built out with 342 Eaton Posi and Yukon axles and all of it. I mean, the truck's never going to see off-road because it's just going to be a gem when it's built. But yeah, you can see the detail that's going through all that. My rally wheels, those are the tires I'm going to be running. Those are brand new. It's a 31, 10.5, 15. The truck is just going to be mint. And here's one of the next projects to go with it, the SM465 4-speed transmission and that new process 205 transfer case, all gear driven, just really strong as it gets. And but here's an idea. Here's the prop shaft for the front. So look at this here. We've got cast coat iron gray. Then we've got just a dark gray. There's two different colors, obviously. Brand new dust caps on there and stuff. All the U-joints, of course. The cardan joint, it's all been rebuilt and whatnot. But the detail level is this what the whole truck's going to look like. So, I mean, it's time consuming. There's the back part of the two-piece drive shaft. It's got its own brand new grease cap there. Here's our rotors and whatnot for the front. The rotors and the hub that go over the spindle. All the areas that are prone to rust, even though the truck will never ever see winter or anything. Just been painted anyways to keep it nice in case it does flash rust from a wash or something like that. But yeah, and there's my cab sitting on its jig, all tarped out. And then of course my box here. And my box is actually being used for storage right now. There's a bunch of parts inside there that are for the truck, obviously. So I have most of the stuff for the truck. I'm just, like I said, plugging away at it. I don't plan on getting it done like, by September or October. I think it's going to be another couple of years. And I'm not really in a rush. It's just I did have a bunch of these parts come in, and I wanted to get it built out to a certain extent here. By the time the end of August rolls around, I should have a complete rolling frame with all my steering up front and everything like that. So, and just on that note, yeah, I did have some stuff posted about my Firebird, my beloved 70 Firebird, which is also just, it's got plans for a different engine and whatnot. But, I put some of that stuff on the channel, and it didn't seem to get a lot of viewership or a lot of views. So I was just like, the channel is dedicated to the model building hobby, obviously. And so I took some of that stuff down, and I was just going to keep that separate. But just to give you an idea what the holdup is, it's just other stuff getting in the way of the next models on queue, which are the Kenworth, the Kenworth combination there of the R Fuel or John R Fuel company themed trucks there. So, but yeah, so there's the real truck. That's what the pickup truck looks like. And I did a video on this before with with kind of how it's looking. We're going to completely redo this basement too, so there's going to be a lot more shelving going up for kits that are bound and determined to get built here. So this is pretty much the rest of the model collection here. I might not build 2 Alaska haulers or 2 K100 AMT K100s, but seeing as they released the Alaskan hauler, I had to have it. And I've got a bunch of stuff here that is getting ready to roll. I'm going to build a garbage truck. I got 3 of them there, but I'm going to build a tandem one. We'll talk about that project down the road. It's going to be pretty cool. I did actually work for a refuse company called BFI, Browning Ferris Industries, back in the 90s. It was a really great job as well. I'm going to build a replica of the rear loader truck that I used to drive. So anyways, like I said, we're trying to get after it here. And like I said, the truck, you can obviously see from the footage of the real truck, it's 76 GMC, half-ton 4x4. It started life as a 3/4-ton 4x4. That's taken up a lot of my time. So between that and the models, it's all going to get sorted out here, and everything's going to start getting built more and come together. But for the meantime, I wanted to update the channel, and once again, just thank everybody for tuning in and for watching what I have to show here for a hobby, the hobby side of what I do, and just stay tuned. Like I said, I'm trying to grow the channel. It's going to take me a little bit, but I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. And until the next time, keep on building those models.